Hello and welcome to Ttvnews on TayNinhTV radio and television station. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of April 22nd, the Specialized Supervision Team for the Provincial People's Council has a working session with the Provincial People's Committee on Administrative Procedure Reform associated with digital transformations in the 2021-2023 period in the area. Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Councils, chairs the meeting.
On the side of the Provincial People's Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Ngọc, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, and leaders of departments and branches attended the working session. Reporting to the monitoring team, currently the province has announced and made public on administrative procedures implemented by branches and levels of government in the province, including 1,817 procedures, 100% of administrative procedures, except for specific administrative procedures prescribed by law, are posted, received, and returned results at the Provincial Public Administration Service Center and the One-Stop Shop Department. In the district commune level, however, besides that, there are still many difficulties. The rate of late processing of documents still exists at all three administrative levels. Many administrative procedures and documents are cumbersome. The resolution process involves many branches and takes a lot of time. The Provincial People's Committee has proposed four groups of solutions to effectively implement the project on improving scores and enhancing ranking position for the province administrative indicators. The Provincial People's Council Supervision Team also had many comments and recommendations for the Provincial People's Committee to improve the effectiveness of the province administrative procedure reform, create more convenience for people and businesses.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the occasion of the 49th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the unification of the country, on the morning of April the 23rd, the provincial leadership delegation visits policy families and the people with the meritorious services in localities in the province. The delegation, led by Ms. Nguyễn Đại Thi, member of the Standing Committee of Provincial Party Committee, standing vice chairwoman of the Provincial People's Council, visited and gave gifts to 10 policy families and the people with meritorious services in Tân Biên district. At the places visiting, Ms. Nguyễn Đại Thi, member of the Standing Committee of Provincial Party Committee, standing vice chairwoman of the Provincial People's Council, kindly visited and gave gifts to express gratitude to the great contributions of the people, the pioneer in the course of fighting and protecting the fatherland. And the delegation, led by Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, visited and gave gifts to typical policy families in Goyao District. The delegation visited the families of wounded sick soldiers, research and activists imprisoned by the enemy, and mothers, wives in Goyao Town and Thành Phước Commune. At each destination, Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, and the working groups visited each family and gave a gift, expressing the affection and ethics of remembering the source when drinking water in front of the contribution and sacrifice of the previous generation for the cause of the national liberation and the national unification also. The delegation, led by Mr. Lê Minh Thế, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, Secretary of the TayNinhTV Party Committee, visited and gave gifts to policy families and people with meritorious services to the revolution in the city area. And the delegation visited 11 families of war and valley 6 soldiers, relatives of martyrs and resistance activists infected with toxic chemicals in Ward 3, TayNinhTV. At the place visited, the Secretary of the TayNinhTV Party Committee, Lê Minh Thế, thoughtfully inquired about the health and the life situation of the families, and at the same time expressed his gratitude for the contributions and sacrifice of the families through the course of the disease and the course of the national liberation struggle. On this occasion, the Secretary of the TayNinhTV Party Committee, Lê Minh Thế, also visited and gave gifts to wounded soldiers Nguyễn Văn Sướng, born in 1927, who participated in the Điện Biên Phủ campaign in 1954 and the resistance war against the Americans to protect the country, and currently residing in Quarter 6, Ward 3, TayNinhTV. And ladies and gentlemen, on April the 22nd at Lý Thường Kiệt High School in Hoa Thanh Thao, the exam season, health consultation and career guidance program took place by the school in coordination with the Medicine and Health Club and the School Admission Affairs organized by Bình Dương University. At the program, the representatives of the Medicine and the Health Club of Bình Dương University share how to use pain relievers, fever reducers, and anti-inflammatory drugs, and how to use antibiotics properly and diet care during the exam season. And the program is organized using a question and answer method, creating a closeness and friendliness atmosphere here. And through the program, it will help the high school students, especially the grade 12 students, know how to take care of their primary health, know how to supplement their diet, exercise during the exam season, and use medicine properly, as well as career guidance for the students to choose their majors and future careers in the most effective way.
On April 22nd, as the headquarters of the Provincial People's Council, the Ninh Provincial National Assembly delegation have a working session with road management area to exchange information on the traffic situation related to infrastructures of National Highway 22 and 22B in the province. Attending and chairing the working sessions, there was Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, TayNinhTV Provincial National Assembly delegation.
Through exchanges between TayNinhTV Province Parliamentary Delegation, representative of the Department of Transport, TayNinhTV Provincial Police representative, representatives of Tân Biên and Bến Cầu districts for road management area 4, there remain issues that voters have proposed a lot surrounding National Highways 22 and 22B. These are drainage system, lighting system, and traffic accident black spots. Concluding the meeting, Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and TayNinhTV Provincial National Assembly delegation Phạm Hùng Thái proposed setting up a coordination mechanism between authorities and localities with departments and management zones. Road management aims to strengthen inspection on national highways. If there is any damage, it must be repaired immediately to avoid a situation where people complain many times and voters speak up.
On the morning of April 23rd of 2024, the Provincial Social Insurance coordinated with the Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, Agribank Tenen Branch, to sign a cooperation agreement to promote the implementation for the project of non-cash payment period in 2021 to 2025, especially in the fields of public services and social security and essential fields. According to the cooperation agreement, Agribank Tenen Branch coordinated with Tenen Provincial Social Insurance to agree on a number of cooperation issues such as opening salary payment accounts for the subjects receiving salaries and social insurance benefits in order to contribute to the good implementation of the government's and the state bank's policies on developing electronic banking, and at the same time better support insurance agencies in paying social insurance, health insurance, and other benefits, avoiding inadequacies and errors in cash payments. And recently, the Traffic and Order Police team of Trang Bang Thao Police organized the reflective vehicles for tractors to minimize the possible accidents caused by tractors. On the first day of launching, the Traffic and Order Police team of Trang Bang Thao Police organized propaganda reflective vehicles on the front of the rear of the vehicle for 15 tractors. At the same time, 15 car owners signed a commitment to strictly comply with the road traffic law. In addition, the Traffic and Order Police team of Trang Bang Thao Police also reminds car owners and drivers to install adequate lights and signal lights to ensure the safe circulation at night. And ladies and gentlemen, up to this point, the dry season in Tenen continued to be quite harsh. The authorities predict the dry season could last until June. And in that situation, Logor Samak National Park has raised the forest fire warning level to the highest level, and at the same time, organized 24/7 forest fire prevention and fighting, determined not to let the fire incidents occur in the forest in the management area. And currently, the Management Board of Logor Samak National Park directs the unit's forces to maintain the regimes of the forest fire prevention and fighting throughout the dry season, including weekends and holidays, in order to minimize the risk of forest fires and human-caused risks of fire. In recent years, there have occasionally been a few small fires caused by the people either accidentally or intentionally when operating in the forest. In some cases, there were elements of retaliation. The authorities have strictly enforced deterrent measures, and during the peak of the dry season this year, patrolling and professional measures to prevent the forest are considered the most important and urgent. Advance the firefighting forces throughout the dry season 24 over 24 hours on duty on the forest fire observation towers, and at the same time advance the firefighting forces patrolling and guarding the scenes and the key points so that when a situation is detected, the means can be mobilized to promptly handle it, minimize the people and vehicle entering the forest during the stressful dry season. The National Park Management Board has arranged priority vehicles in key fire-prone areas, ensuring the water sources for firefighting, organize proactive response forces in some areas so that if a fire occurs, the fire will be quickly localized and will not spread to other areas. Organizing clearing of vegetation, cutting and creating a clear fire-stopping lane. Today, the implemented volume is about 67 hectares, with 55 fire barriers. For some high-risk areas in the plan, we organize proactive burning to reduce the burning materials. Forest fire prevention and fighting work in Lagos Samak National Park has been highly appreciated. The inspection team checked the checkpoints and stations, thereby finding that the checkpoints were protected by the national park and equipped machinery and ready for activities to fight forest fires. And the garden also reported good coordination with the police army as well as the neighboring communes and localities. Currently, the Lagos Samak National Park Management Board, in coordination with the forest rangers and localities, has also increased propaganda and mobilization of the people living near the forest and household contracted to protect the forest, actively participate in forest fire prevention and fighting, and implementing measures to protect the forest safely during this year's dry season.
Since ancient time, in the culture, belief, and life of indigenous ethnic minorities in the Central Highlands in general, and in Condom in particular, brown houses have been indispensable. Due to difficulties in management, lack of construction materials, the traditional brown houses is rapidly disappearing. Currently, functional agencies of Condom province are coordinating with localities and people to rebuild traditional brown houses, contributing to preserving and promoting the original values of ethnic minorities in Central Highlands.
Considering community tourist village, Jagrowa Camille, Condom City has more 190 households of the Bana ethnic minority. The traditional round house located in the middle of the village is considered the center of the village, a place to organize major cultural events. However, due to time, the round house was damaged. Therefore, in early 2024, people in the village worked together to repair the round house. The village elders held the village meeting, divide the groups among the people. Each family has to go looking for trees, bamboo, till, and thatch grass to make. Without those things, you can't do it. Everyone must gather. Bana ethnic people gather at the communal house for major fruit festivals, such as rice cutting and road construction. According to statistics from the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of Condom Province, up to now, out of a total of 503 ethnic minority villages on site, there are 479 community communal houses and state houses. Among them, 221 houses use traditional materials to build, such as wood, bamboo, thatch roof, etc. Traditional round house not only has the meaning of preserving the traditions of indigenous ethnic minorities, but is also an ideal destination for visitors to learn about. The Provincial Youth Committee has also directed and assigned the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, as well as the People's Committees of districts and cities, to plan and have areas for us to plan for planting, such as bamboo, rattan, etc. to make raw materials, to have people in each place have the conditions to exploit to make traditional communal houses. 100% of ethnic minority villages will have traditional communal houses in the period of 2021-2025. Consider the heart of the village, a place to preserve the traditional cultural values of the indigenous ethnic minority community. Preserving, building, and promoting the value of the traditional communal house is a very necessary in the current context of international integration. The traditional longhouse is also the nucleus in the work of preserving and promoting the masterpiece of oral tradition and intangible cultural heritage of humanity, the Central Highlands Gong cultural space.
And ladies and gentlemen, recently, friendly libraries in primary school have been developed in many localities across the country, and the program aims to build reading habits for the elementary school students and pupils, aiming to help them become independent readers in the future, and the people with reading skill and reading habits also. On the occasion of the World Book and Copyright Day, April the 23rd, we invite you to the friendly library of Phước Ninh Primary School in Yemenjau District. The library is one of the criteria for an elementary school to meet national school standard, but in reality, in many schools, the library also serves as a book warehouse rather than a library serving the peoples. At Phước Ninh Primary School of Yemenjau District, the library is not only a place to store books, but also a place for spiritual and cultural activities to help the peoples have the opportunity to consolidate and expand their knowledge. And at the friendly library, the books are classified according to the reading levels and displayed on shelves. The friendly library has enough space for the pupils to participate in activities, individuals, couples, groups, and enough space for borrowing and returning books also. To form reading habits in the children is also an arduous process for both the library and the homeroom teachers, because at first, the people also don't like the library and have mostly observed the people prefer their phones, so and encourage them to come up anytime during recess outside of their reading time. In addition, Mrs. Chuk also finds many ways to attract the pupils to the library, and through the emulation movement, building a friendly school, active pupils, organizing teaching and fun activities associated with reading books such as storytelling competitions, folk games, organizing educational lessons, orienting habits and skills in using libraries for the pupils and to meet the current needs. The library also tries a lot. Besides the book resources we have now, the school also invests a lot of experience for the fee to buy some new one and to try harder. Currently, our library does not operate like a traditional library anymore, but we have applied a lot of information technology. We have a complete system of scanning codes. I often go to Mr. Chuk libraries during my class schedule to read books, and outside of recess, reading books help us understand more about the Vietnamese culture, the history, and also the country's science. Library reading sections are held weekly to help the pupils have the time to listen to teachers read books and thereby create a love and passion for reading for them. Developing reading habits for elementary school pupils will help them become independent readers, contributing to improving the pupils' knowledge and communication skill also.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.